Hey, what's going on, y'all? Appreciate y'all tuning in. You know what I'm saying? The setup with your boy Scrooge McBucks. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know what it is. I'm not as enthusiastic as I typically am today because I just, you know what I'm saying? It's what it is, but it's been a long day. But appreciate y'all tuning in. You know, I ain't gonna tell y'all to like, subscribe, none of that shit. I don't really fuck with that shit. You know what I'm saying? If y'all trying to get it up, y'all already know what it is. So.
We're trying to what?
I'm not. They over here whispering. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, I know what it is. Hey, but yeah. Hey, y'all ain't gotta whisper. Y'all good. Y'all straight.
Oh, so you want my deep voice?
Like this. Do not put your deep voice on. I promise you not transactions. I promise.
You want me to speak for the big voice?
They crazy. So, hey, stop, you ain't twin. You're crazy. Hey, so, anyway, how to run it up, right? Real quick. And then look, I know some of y'all have submitted some questions, so we're gonna touch on that too, but I'm gonna get to as much of it today as I can. It's gonna be a little short one. I gotta throw some shit on the grill here in a little bit. But really what I want to put y'all on to today was just generating passive income right through the utilization of your credit, right? So basically, there's a very simple method by which you can just, with a small investment, you know what I'm saying? You can run it up, right? So basically what you're looking to do is establish a trade line, right? Now, what is a trade line? Okay. So a trade line is essentially a completely legal means of going about utilizing someone else's credit to benefit you, right? So let's say you ain't got the greatest credit, right? Maybe you got a repossession on you, you know what I'm saying? You got, foreclosure, whatever the case is, right? People go through things. That's all right. And then some of us just, you know what I'm saying, grew up fucked up and just got half fucked up credit before we even knew what credit was. Thing is, you don't have to live that way. So, I'm not gonna give y'all the name of any websites and shit like that because y'all know I'm not over here trying to run y'all into nothing. But you can look it up on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just go on Google, type in trade lines, and you'll find a variety of exchanges, essentially just like the stock market exchange, that'll give you access to trade lines. Now, basically the method by which this works is, no, thank you, I appreciate it, mama. So basically what you're looking to do is, you're looking, in my opinion, this is my personal preference, you're looking to establish something that, first of all, has a credit limit, right? And the main thing you're looking for is really length of the credit line, right? So you don't want anything that's like 6 months old, a year old. You really want something that's like 3 to 5, maybe 10. Now, given the further off you go, the longer the credit line is, you know what I'm saying, the more you're gonna pay for it. But, you know what I'm saying, it's an investment in yourself. It's gonna return dividends. So that's, it's worked for me. Okay, it works for a shit ton of people. They just don't tell us about it because they don't want us to know. Which is why I'm here, your boy Scrooge. So let's say you want to, establish, now even for your personal finances, right? Let's say you want to establish like a $5,000 credit line, $10,000 credit line. What you're looking for is, roughly about that amount, right? So go about $7,500, let's split the difference. And you're looking for something about 3 years old. Now for that, I can't tell you because it's been a while since I checked, but if I had to guess, probably gonna pay about $700, give or take, right? Now, what are you paying that for? You're paying that so someone will add you as an authorized user to their account. Now, when they do that, for the credit reporting bureaus, that credit now becomes your credit, right? So what'll happen is after about a month or so, when your next credit report come out, right? Now, all three major bureaus, they all have their own reporting dates, but that credit will now reflect as your credit, right? So let's say, it's a 5-year-old credit line, trade line with a $7,500 limit. It's not going to reflect that you've had this trade line for the last, however many years, right? And that you've had great payment history, all this, credit utilization rate, all these other things that they look at. So now, what does that do for you? Well, first of all, if you're looking to get like a loan, something like that, your credit score is going to jump immensely, right? Now, keep in mind, because I know some of y'all out here going to try to get over on folks, right? Now, you're not going to get no card. You're not going to they're literally just adding you as an authorized user. That is the exchange you're doing. You're not going to get a card from this trade line. None of that. Because if so, what would keep you from taking advantage of these people, right? It would compromise the entire process. So when the next credit utilization report runs, they'll now look at that, and now it looks like you've had this credit line for forever, right? Makes you look like a much more attractive prospect. Now, as far as that's concerned, what you can begin to expect, right, is you're going to start getting, all those, you know what I'm saying, little things you used to get in the mail from, whatever little places trying to take advantage of you. Most of these motherfuckers are predatory lenders trying to hit you with like 900% interest. You're going to start getting these much better offers, right? So, Chase Sapphire card, $5,000 credit limit, 10%, 12%, 15%, 20%, whatever. Still much lower than what you're generally going to pay. So now, because you've got that prospective offer, you've been pre-qualified, you can go in there and essentially go to open that credit line. Now, beyond that though, how do we really use that to generate passive income? That's really the question, right? So the way we go about doing that is, as opposed to just taking this credit card and then running it up and going out and buying, some new shoes, new watch, new car, whatever, right? What we're looking to do is we're going to invest that. We're going to use this new credit, right? And then use that as a means by which to secure, it's essentially still a loan, right? But toward something that's tangible, something that's going to generate a return. So property, vehicles, things like that, right? So, you good, man? She over here getting her hair dyed. Yeah, it's Maria over there. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. But yeah, so something tangible, right? So how would I utilize this, right? How would I suggest going about it? Now, as with all things, gotta spend money to make money sometimes, right? Can't always get it out the mud. So, say you put up, let's say you're willing to, and you have access to, and it's not going to compromise your living situation. Let's say you got access to, like, say $5,000. What I would personally do is I would go find me a trade line. It's probably about 75,000, something like that, maybe about 2 years old, right? Go ahead and purchase that. Then you get a second one. You're looking for a similar amount, right? Similar time frame, maybe a little longer if you can. Obviously, the longer the better, right? As I said earlier. And now we're going to use that to then secure a loan for, let's say, a Beamer, a Benz, right? Whatever, right? Something that's going to be desirable depending on where you're at, because obviously that's going to shift depending on where you're at geographically. So, but once you, I don't know, there go little mama right there. Look at her.
He don't have no milk.
Oh, my bad. So, whatever's desirable in your area, right? But something that's going to be, in the case of vehicles, and that's generally where I would start. I wouldn't start with the property necessarily, unless, obviously, unless property is, relatively inexpensive in your area. But we're going to look to now utilize this vehicle, put it on, like, for instance, I use Turo, right? And we advertise the vehicle, obviously make sure you take great pictures, get it detailed, all that kind of good stuff. And now you just essentially generating passive income by just having your car parked somewhere, right? Now, in the case of, let's say a Beamer 5 Series, right? So Beamer 5 Series, you can get one brand new, looking at about maybe $40,000, right? So you can actually, if you wanted to, if you go with a $7,500 move, that's a $75,000 move, you can actually you can actually grab two of these, really. Now you put them on a lot, right? You put them on Turo, and like in my case, in my area, you can charge about $135 a day. Somewhere between $90 and $135 a day for the use of this vehicle now. Now let's do the math, right? $135 a day, right? Over the course of 30 days. Let's round it down. That's 3 racks. So now, not only are you making the payment on the vehicle, all right, but you're actually generating, again, passive discretionary income. Now, beyond that, how do we continue to utilize this, right? Because now, for some of y'all, it's going to be the one play and y'all come up and y'all good. But if you're really looking to continue to generate income, what you want to do now is you take that 3 G's that you're making, right? And you pay down that one of them. Make the minimum payment, or maybe a little bit above that on one of your, you know what I'm saying, one of the ones you got, or if you just got one, and go ahead and just put, you know, whatever you can spare, right? So let's say, because the fact is you didn't have this money before anyway, right? So, you know, why start leeching off it now? So let's say you're making $3,000 off it. Put 2 racks toward put 2 racks toward your payment, right? Now, what that do for you is you're gonna pay that car off in 2 years. Now that's like a 10, 15-year loan. Now, you have now used that trade line and established your own credit, and that looks fantastic. Like, hey, this cat bought a $45,000 car, paid it off in 2 years, right? Now you don't need the trade line anymore, right? So now you just getting it on your own, you know. So basically, you now utilize your initial investment, right? You have then reinvested that, and now you've established your own, and now you can continue to wash, rinse, repeat. You feel me? Lather, rinse, repeat, just over and over and over again, and you can continue to do this indefinitely, right? Again, it's not nearly as complex as what people would make it seem, right? You can do the same thing with property, Airbnb. You know what I'm saying? Find yourself a little spot, like themed homes are really big in my area. I don't know about where y'all at. You know what I'm saying? Some places I know it's penthouse. I know Miami's really popping with the penthouse, but same thing. So once you've established enough, keep in mind you always don't play with nothing that you know what I'm saying that's gonna put you in a position where you hurt. But now put your money toward a crib, theme it out. Toy Story is big. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a bunch of experiences that people will pay to go have. And I'm talking about, look, here in my area where I'm at, you can get a 3-bedroom house, right, for about, really, I mean, you can get a nice one for like $140,000, but really, I mean, you can even get one that's not necessarily so, you know what I'm saying, for about 100 bands. So, oh.
He said he would call back in 20 minutes.
So, you know, you get one for about 100 bands, right? Now you put about another 10 into it. Get it, and just like go all out, really. You know what I'm saying? Don't just have ads. Don't go to Walmart and get no posters and just think that's gonna do the trick. Really put your time and your money into it, right? Think about what you would want to experience. Or what, you know what I'm saying? Get people to come in. You know what I'm saying? Do a little, you know what I'm saying? Do a little walkthrough. Get your friends, your family, whatever. Have them come through and, you know, hey, you know, what do you think? And just add to it. Next thing you know, put it up on Airbnb. All right? So there's a spot out here. That's why I said Toy Story earlier. There's a spot out here where I'm at. They have a Toy Story theme home, right? It's in a pretty good neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? But if you look at the property value in the surrounding community, you're looking at probably about 120, 130,000, right? So, you know, it's a good neighborhood. Because you also want people to feel safe. You don't want to necessarily do this in the hood, right? Because you want, you know what I'm saying, you're going to attract people that are, you know what I'm saying, looking to take their families, things like that, right? So, you know, average property value about 130,000. Now they got this Toy Story themed house. It's a 3-bedroom, right? Each one is differently themed, but it's still within the overarching Toy Story theme. Man, they charging $350 a night for this. No, same thing. That's $9,000 a month, man. That's $9,000 a month. So, same thing. You flip it, right? So now you're looking at making $9K a month, $130,000 house. Pay that motherfucker off. Again, establish credit. Before you know, you'll be at 800, man. You can get what the fuck you want. But I know some of y'all had some other questions. I know y'all talking about the AMC squeeze. I ain't gonna talk about that right now. I'll talk about that tomorrow. But probably tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. But yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all tuning in. I hope y'all got some out of this. You know what I'm talking about? And y'all know what it is. Your boy Scrooge. Fuck with me. I gotta go grill some shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck with your boy. I let him already.